Dear all, welcome to XML and applications. In this session, we will discuss XML editors. XML document can be created by using normal text editors like Notepad, WordPad, MS Word. The file should be saved with .xml extension. And XML documents can be created by using the specific XML editors like XML Notepad, Liquid Studio, Stylus Studio, Adobe FrameMaker, XML Spy, Extends class, Editix, and also using Oxygen. Now, I would like to use Oxygen editor. It is having automatic verifications. Once we have created the document with opening tag, and automatically it plays closing tag. And even this kind of editors are very much useful for creating proper XML document based on the rules. So syntactic verification is done properly, and after making an XML document type definition, schema, these are the validation tools can be associated easily with an XML document. Not only this, during transformation of XML content, cascading style sheet, XSLT, XQuery, this kind of other XML enabled technologies can be associated with XML document. So, integrated development environment also very nice for creating and manipulating our XML document. It highlights XML syntax with various color effects for improving the readability of an XML document, and the rules is applicable for document type definition as well as schema. I can show you what are the steps we need to follow for making XML document and associating with DTD or schema. In this session, I will show you how to create document type definition and how to associate with XML document. First step, we have to create an XML document. We know that the XML document should start with the pre-processing statement. It is starting with the custom XML version. This is the statement usually we include. After this, if we have to create internal DTD or external DTD, next step is common for both internal as well as external DTD. It should start with this is exclamation doc type. Then we have to specify the root tag name and closing square bracket, ending square bracket, closing angle bracket. This is for internal DTD. Suppose we want to have external DTD. I have a separate session for this, but anyhow, the doc type, this statement will be common for both internal as well as external. Doc type, root tag name, then we have to specify only this portion, that is whether it is available in local drive or in the public URL, that we have to specify. So only this part will be changed for external document type definition. Now, after making this internal or external DTD specification, we need to write XML root tag to start our XML document. I would like to go up with internal DTD. So, this procedure is applicable for creating internal DTD. So, automatically the created document type definition, that is DTD, is associated properly with this XML document. So how can we save this file? The file will be saved with file name dot XML, not DTD. Remember, please, because the internal DTD has been included within this XML document. When we treat this DTD as external, then we need to save this with DTD extension. This is for external DTD. And please remember, only this portion can be written separately as external file, that I am going to demonstrate using the Oxygen editor. This is the Oxygen editor. Here we have to start with a new document. I can show you how to create this. Go to File, New Document. We have to open XML document. Create XML document. It is opened and you can see this question mark XML. This is pre-processing statement automatically created. After that, we have to open XML document. Once if you give like this, it has shown comment statement and C data section. We know that this document for the purpose of creating or associating internal DTD. If you want to specify this, then we can provide the detail about this document. Just this is for the authors to understand this. So this is a comment statement. Now we can create an XML document. We know that it should start with the root tag. I have start with the capital S. So automatically, once if we create a root tag, that is opening tag, automatically the closing tag has been created well. This is the syntactic support given by XML editor. This is called Oxygen editor. Even if I change all in capital letter, look at there, it is automatically typing for closing tag. Now I would like to have roll number and I am typing roll number, and I would like to have name for a student, Gopi, I have given. So this document, which is start with the opening tag, that is root tag student, all in capital letters, which has two child elements, roll number and name. Now I can show you how to create or how to associate document type definition for this XML document. This is only the document I have. After making this, we can open the XML DTD, right? So I have created this. Just this page is ready for typing because this is only the very first statement, which is called a pre-processing statement. After that, I am opening doc type. So all should be in capital letter. This is mandatory for creating DTD. So doc type, what is the root tag I have? Student. Root tag is student. After that, opening square bracket and closing square bracket, closing angle bracket. So we have to set the skeleton first, then we can start writing our definition about XML document. So I have specified that my XML document should start with, it should start only with the student. If I give other than student, then it may show error. Look at that, even if it is small in letters, then it may not map with or match with the following XML document. So that either I can change this student, the same student, I can map it here. Okay, just I would like to have like this. then automatically I am modifying this so that and closing tag should be placed properly. So understand the importance of DTD should be matched with XML document. It means that the particular DTD, if it is internal, then definitely this internal DTD, which is going to represent only one particular XML document where it is mapped. If it is external DTD, then it can validate any other XML document which are matched with the external DTD. Now, already I have told you that how to validate or how to define an element. What is the keyword? Yes, element is a keyword used for defining one particular element. The same way we have to define all elements in an XML document. So, element, student, as I told you earlier, the document may have, say for example, the XML document, that is an element, can have text, or an element can carry child elements. So, we are going to define an element which may carry text or child element, and also another case we have, that is both text as well as child element. But at present I will show you this one and this one, and in the later classes we will discuss if an element which is carrying both text and child elements. So this part we will discuss the next forthcoming lectures. Coming back to this editor window, exclamation element student, it is having roll number and we have to close it. Look at there, this element, that is student element, which is the student element which is having only one child element. What is that? Roll number. Roll number is one of the child element we have, right? After making this, we have to define what is that? Roll number. What is the element name? Roll number. What does it having? It is having text. Okay. So this one I show you, and if it is text, what is the keyword used for defining an element to carry text? Hash PC data. Look at here, exclamation element roll number which is having PC data. I have closed it properly. Now this element, exclamation element student which is having roll number, this is, look at here, element, after that we should give a space, then we should give its content detail. What is the content it is having? It is having only one child element. The same way, we know that roll number is a child element, but what about roll number? Roll number does not carry any child. Instead, it keeps text. So that this is the keyword used for defining an element to carry text. In this document type definition, I have written for the student XML document. In this XML document, I have one child element which is roll number. So based on this document type definition, student is a parent element and also it is a root tag which is having roll number, and properly I have give a definition for roll number as hash PC data, which means it can get only text and it should not carry any child elements. So this is how we can create an XML document, and after making that we can have the document type definition for the created XML document. Suppose if this XML document which is having some other element, in the sense it may show error message. I can show you, yes, capital S I have given. Now you can see this element type student must be declared, that already we have declared, but student right now I have changed it so that it is showing some error, because according to document type definition this XML document is invalid because it starts with capital S, but in my document type definition it is small in case. Either I can change this as student. Now my XML document will be valid. So how can you check whether the XML document is valid? In the sense, only with the help of DTD. So according to the DTD, the XML document should be returned. This is only the proper rule. Suppose we are very much familiar with our XML document and its skeleton and what are the child elements, what are the attributes it is going to have. Then we can directly write XML document. After that we can create the rules for validating an XML document. So both are the allowed one. Now in this XML document, if I want to include one more child element which is name, so I am modifying my XML document with a new element which is in capital letter, name Rajesh, and I would like to create element definition. So what is the keyword? Yes, element. The element name is name, which is in capital letter, and I have given one single space. Then the name what I have given is Rajesh I have given. So it is not child, it is a text. So I should go for hash PC data. It should be in capital letter, and I have closed the document. Now the name element name hash PC data I have given, but one more thing we have to understand here. I have given definition for name, but still it shows invalid. Unexpected element name has been shown here, because in my previous definition about student, I have only one child, that is roll number. Now we have to add one more child which is name. Already I have given definition for name. So now this document is valid because according to document type definition, this return XML document is valid. How can we make the association between XML document and DTD? This is, as I told you, this is internal DTD, so that this internal DTD is written first and followed by the DTD what we have, XML document. So no need to have separate association. It is already associated with XML document and the file should be saved with test1.xml. Suppose this is external DTD, in the sense we should not write it here. We have to remove this part of code and this portion will be saved as separate XML, .dtd file. But I am giving a demonstration related to internal DTD, so that I have returned the root tag properly, and the root which is having two child, the two child element does not carry any attribute as well as element. It has only text. We know that the element can be of three types. One is the element can have child elements, or the element can have text, or an element can have both text and child element. So in this part, I have explained how to create an element with the child and also another element which is having text. Here, after making this XML document, we have to check well-formedness. Now you can see here the document is well-formed. After that, you can check whether the XML document is valid. So I can validate. After giving that, after pressing that validate option, you can see here the validation successful. So that XML document is well formed as well as valid XML document. I can create new XML document with the same example. I can open XML document. Here I am creating the doc type. Please remember, it should be in capital letter. So exclamation doc type space element name. I have given course and square bracket. In this space I am going to write DTD. So for the return document type definition, we are going to create an XML document. So XML document should be relevant to DTD. First, I am creating an element. After making root tag in the doc type, we should start with the same root tag. For this XML course document, I would like to have course name. Okay, I can have code first, code, then title, student, course code, this is course title and student. These are the three child elements I would like to have. Then element code. As per my plan, I don't want to have any child element for code. It should be hash PC data alone. Then I am creating element title, title also hash PC data. Then I would like to have element student. I want to have student details like roll number, name. I think this is enough, and I have closed properly. So this is the way we have to create the doc type, and each and every element should be defined and only one definition should be there for all component. Say for example, course I have given the course which will be having code title student. I should not have one more. This is wrong. If I create like this, I can have, suppose I want to have either 3 elements for course or only 2 elements for course. In the sense, I should not write like this, okay, because I am trying to create two different definitions for a single element which is course. This is wrong. Don't do like this. Now I would like to remove it because this kind of definition is wrong. Only one definition for all component should be exist. So element, student, roll number and name I have. Now roll number, because already I have mentioned that student which is having two child elements, one is roll number and name. Now I define about roll number, hash PC data. Don't change the symbol, you have to have the same symbol. Instead of exclamation, we cannot include any other. So name, which is hash PC data, and I have closed it properly. See, in this XML document, I have started with DTD first, but still I have not saved this document. So better I should save it. I can make it as test2.xml. I should not go for saving this document with the .dtd. Why? Because within the XML document, I have included DTD. So the file base should be XML document. So after this, I have to start writing. Once if you click, this is the advantage of the XML editor. It has shown all possible element details. So I should give course. Once if I enter course, automatically all these are shown default. Now, as per my definition, the code which is having hash PC data, which means the code can be given as like this. This is course code, and title I would like to have XML and applications. Look at there, I have ampersand symbol, whether it is right or wrong. As per the XML document, it should not carry any special symbols directly. Instead, what we can do, in this place, I can have AMP semicolon. So this is a special entity which can be replaced during transformation or displaying the document on web. So title, XML, ampersand, AMP semicolon I have given. Coming back to this, the roll number 1120, Rajesh I have given. So in this document, I have student detail along with course detail. The course, code, title, student details are entered properly. So according to this created document type definition, the following XML document is valid. So I can say this is valid XML document. You can check it out. In this, go here and select check well formedness. Now you can see the document is well formed and you can have validate. The document is valid successful. So validation process is over. For the given XML document, we have returned the document type definition. This is the way we have created. And one more, if I change any one of the structure of any one of the element or any one of the text, even I would like to close it, force close, then I have removed this. Whether it is right or wrong, this is right, because the roll number, as per my definition for this element roll number, I made it as hash PC data. Once if you give hash PC data to define the element roll number, it may or may not have text, but anyhow it should not carry any child element, because the roll number definition I have given only hash PC data. So the text may or may not be entered. Right, I have closed it. Even I have kept empty. This is empty. I don't have even a single space. I kept empty, and name I have given Rajesh. So this is also valid XML document, because as per the DTD rules, my XML document is returned correctly. For DTD, we have to create XML document, or for the given XML document, we can create DTD. Once, if DTD and XML document is associated, then both are following each other. Okay, so that's all about this XML document creation, and we have associated the XML document with DTD. Just I have created only one definition about the XML document. I have given here the internal DTD I have written. Why this is internal DTD? Because it is given within the XML document. Now I would like to remove it, and I am making this as, this is the way we can make the DTD as external DTD. So this part we will discuss during external DTD. So actually we have to create doc type, root tag name, system, then we have to specify the path where the XML DTD is available. For this, we have to create DTD file as a new file, in which we can go there and select document type definition. For this, it is available in this same location. We have to search it and we have to save this document. So once, if we have created new document for this, then the XML document as well as DTD can be stored separately. Now I don't want to make it as external. I would like to have it as the same way. Now the document is valid. Coming back to this, the element can have text, the element can have child elements, and the element can have both text and child element. Sometimes we would like to have this way, the element can be written. Say for example, I have address. The address, I should have door number first, then I have a street, then I can have city, look at that, I have written all the rules. Based on the rules, I have written all the elements. Then pin I have. Here, I should not change any one of the sequence of the elements. Actually, I wanted to have the same way. I should not do any changes on this. First, door number should be, second, street, third, city, and finally the pin can be given as a fourth child element. In the sense, while creating doc type for making the address as element, I have address, the address element which is carrying 4 child elements. I want to keep the same order, in the sense the same way I have to write. I should not change the order. Then only my XML definition is working fine for the address element. So address. After making this statement, which element can be written first? There is no restriction to provide a definition about all the elements. No need to have any order for this. Definition should be there in your document type definition file. It may be anywhere, but the definition should be there. After this element address, next I can define even street element. While making this statement in your editor, please ensure that you are using capital letter. Exclamation element. Which element? Street. Whether street is having any child elements? No, I want to make it as hash PC data. Look at there, I have defined the street first, then second city, this is the way you can define any element. No need to have any sequence for definitions. But the XML document, while giving the definition, after giving this definition, while making the order, we should keep the same order, otherwise it will show error. I can key in this for your better understanding. Look at there, I am creating doc type, address, the root tag. After that, here I am writing my first element. What is that? Address, which is having door number, street, city, pin. I should not use any ampersand. By mistakenly we will be giving like this, city and, okay, or we should not use this. Only comma separator is needed for specifying the sequence of elements. This is first sequences we have given. The address, still it has shown some underline, red in color, because the markup declaration contained or pointed to by the document type declaration must be well formed. So after this statement, we have to provide other element details. Address already we have given. So what is missing here? Address is an element. So we have to make like this. So it has shown the declaration must be well formed. In the sense, the keyword what we have used for defining element or attribute may be wrong. We have to correct it accordingly. So please go through the error messages and then you can debug your code. Exclamation element, door number. Door number should be hash PC data. I have closed it. Next, I would like to define element pin. The pin is hash PC data. Then I am defining element street mistakenly we will be giving some other symbols. Be careful while giving the symbols. When 1, 2, 3 door number pin street is over, then we have to give city. City hash PC data. So the document, that is DTD, is well formed because I have created the first statement with 4 child element. The 4 child element definitions also return the same location. So next step will be making the root element for this XML document. How to start? Yeah, address. Once if you type the address, other elements will be coming automatically. Then street. Even if you do any mistakes here, it won't make any error messages because it considers everything as a text. It is a combination of alphabets, small case, uppercase, as well as numeric values. Anything can be entered here other than the special symbols like this. After this, I have entered, actually I need to enter only 6 digits. Even I can type 10 digits, it won't make any error message because in document type definition, we cannot validate the hash PC data with more restrictions. Hash PC data, in the sense it is a parsed character data, any combinations can be given. We should be very careful about giving the text the proper way. For this XML document, it is written well. Now if I try to change the sequence, then it may show unexpected element street. The content of the parent element type must match. Look at there, door number, street, city, pin. This is only the order should be given for this XML document. Either I can change the DTD according to the need of XML document, or according to the DTD we have to follow the rules and making the XML document. I have modified this and I get back my XML document well. Address.xml I have saved. That's all about this session. Go through all rules for making an XML document. As I told you, the element can be defined with text child elements as well as text and child elements. Thank you for watching this session.